Advantage Deadpool FC this past weekend as Stockport County slipped up to open up, of course, the doors for Wrexham FC. Who's going to take advantage this midweek in a double match week? We're going to take a little look. Prediction video today. We're taking a look at Matchday number 20, of course, over in League 2, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button back to all things League 2 related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all hear boys under one roof. Of course, not only did Stockport County lose this past weekend, so did the likes of Mansfield and even Notts County to really give Deadpool FC a major boost in their search for doubled back-to-back promotions. Of course, take a look at all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. And if you are new, make sure you bang the old subscribe, because we're still a whopping 78% of the viewers here are not subscribed. Let's get those numbers figured out. And also get the YouTube algorithm working for you by banging the like on the video. It costs you absolutely nothing, but it also benefits you in the long run. So let's get into it. Recap the last weekend's results before we head into the first of 2 games this over the next 7/8 days. So here we go. And we've got to be thick and fast because these games are coming tomorrow. So here we go then, recapping the results right here, right now, with a recap of yesterday, or this past weekend's score. I've got to make this a little bit bigger. That's what she said here. It's quite hard to see that, but we could see the fine print. But here we go then, of course, recapping my results on the left-hand side with my picks, the real results on the right. So Bradford City, big 1-0 winners over Stanley. Of course, I went the other way. Meanwhile, Barrow, big 4-1 winners over Colchester. I went with a 2-1 win myself. Meanwhile, Crawley, 2-1 win for them at home. I went with a draw myself. Crewe, 3-2 winners over Doncaster. 3-1 win for me. 8-2 shabby. Walsall 0-0 against the Vegans there. I went with a draw myself. Grimsby with a 1-1 draw against Sutton United. I went with a 2-1 win. Going the other way. Stockport County did lose to Newport County. I went the other way, as did probably most of us. 4-2 winners though. MK Dons over Salford City. I went with a 1-1 draw myself. Swindon also beat Mansfield, which was a surprise. 2-1 win there. I went there, of course, with the visitors. Gillingham also lost to Tranmere. I went with a big 3-1 win. I thought 1-0 win myself the other way. Wimbledon 4-2 winners over Notts County. That was a bit of a surprise. 3-1 win for me. And of course, Wrexham 6-0 demolition job of a managerless, I believe, Morecambe. I went with a 3-0. So, yeah, not really looking at mine because I don't think they did that well. But you guys, look at that. Look at it. Ultra Obamir at 7 there out of 12. So well done to him. And, of course, the whole host of you there with 6. Swindon, Harvey, Coleman and Hawkeye plays. That's right. Those are the leaders for this past week. What does it do to the overall table? Well, here it is. Any minute now. Oh, there it is. Coming at you in all its glory. James FC running away with it. 6 points clear at the top over Andy, who's in second spot. Russell Foster is in bronze. And of course, then the rest of the chasing pack. Can you guys make up for the numbers? Well, we'll see this coming week. Of course, like I said, double match week. Don't take your finger off the pulse because you might get cut adrift there. But these are the situations in the table. Stockport County, 5 points clear of Wrexham, but who are in second spot. Then it's Mansfield, who are in third with 35 points. They do have a game in hand on Wrexham, as do Crewe. So if both Crewe and Mansfield win those games in hand, they could push Wrexham into the playoffs. That's right. Meanwhile, Barrow up there, Notts County are down to 6th, Stanley in 7th. Going down is the Vegans and Sutton United. Those are the situations in League 2 table. And of course, that's a reminder of the link if you want to get involved with the Prediction League, which of course is wide open. So these are the next games, of course, coming at you on Tuesday, the 28th of November. Of course, the last game of the month of November before we head into the crazy Christmas period. So let's get into it without further ado and have a look at the first one, which is this one. It's Stanley, it is Swindon, and of course it is on the 28th of November. Played each other 8 times, these two sides, since 2006. We've got 3 wins for Stanley, 4 for Swindon. We've got 1 draw. Biggest win for Stanley was a 3-0 win. They've got 8 goals scored in those 8 games. That's 1 goal a game on average. That's right. Swindon, the biggest win for them, also a 3-0 win. They got 12 goals scored in those 8 games, 1.50 goals a game on average. Swindon on 25% form for them right now, just 1 win in 6. They're up to down to 10. 10th right now, 27 points on the board, of course, heading into this one. Stanley, 25% form for them, also just 1 win in 6. They are still in 7th in the playoffs, hanging on in there, 29 points on the board at the moment. Last time around, was a 2-1 win for Stanley back in March 2021. That was in League One. In fact, Stanley did the double last time that these two sides were in the same division. The odds here, 6-5 is your Stanley. We've got 5-2 is the draw, 9-4 is your long shots. We are backing a 2-0 win for Stanley on this one to take the points and remain in the top 6 or top 7. Barrow up against Walsall, coming at you over in Barrow. That's right, played each other 6 times since 2020. We've got 3 wins for Barrow, nothing for Walsall, and 3 draws. Barrow coming to this on red hot form, and we'll dig into that in a bit. Of course, the biggest win, their only win, or actually not their only win, was a 1-0 win. They've scored just 9 goals in those 6 games, 1.50 goals a game. Up against Walsall, who have yet to get a win against Barrow. They scored 6 goals in those 6 games. Of course, that's 1 goal a game on average. Walsall on 1 win in the last 6, 33% form for them right now. They're down to 18th with 21 points on the board. Up against Barrow, who are, like I said, red hot. 6 wins on the spin. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Barrow get themselves promoted here, but they are 100% form, 5th in the table and 34 points on the board right now. Last time around, they're over in Barrow. It was a 2-1 win for Barrow back in August 2022. Barrow unbeaten, of course, over the last 6 against Walsall. Pick up 3 wins and 3 draws. Of course, look at the odds right here. Right now, we've got Barrow 2019 on for the victory here. They are favoured 5-2 is your 3-1 is your long shots. We are also sticking with the form book here. 1-0 win. Barrow taking the points. Next up, we have Doncaster Rovers against Colchester United over at the Keep Moat. That's right. Played each other 14 times in 2004. We've got 7 wins for Doncaster, 4 for Colchester, 3 draws as well. The, of course, biggest win for Doncaster, 2-0 win. They got 16 goals in those 14 games, 1.14 goals a game on average. Colchester's biggest win, a 3-0 win. They got 17 goals scored in those 14 matches, 1.21 goals a game. Colchester, though, we're looking at a 42% form for them right now. 2 wins in the last 6. They are 20th with 20 points on the board right now. Doncaster are in 19th with 20 points also, but they're on 58% form for them, winning 3 of the last 6 as well. Last time around at the Keep Moat was a 1-0 win for Doncaster. That was in League 2 back in April 2023. Doncaster unbeaten against Colchester over the last 4, pick up 3 wins. Those last 4 games. The odds here, of course, heading into this one, 6-5 is your Doncaster, 23-10 is the draw, and 12-5 is, of course, your visitors. Going to go 2-1 win for Doncaster here, keeping the rhythm, and, of course, another 3 points in the bag. Gillingham up against Wimbledon, of course, over at Priestfields. Is that right? Priestfields? Not Priestfields. Yeah, it could be Priestfields. Anyway, played each other 19 times in 2011. We've got 5 wins for Gillingham, 8 for Wimbledon, and 6 draws, of course. Biggest win for the Gills. 2-0 win. They got 24 goals scored in those 19 games, 1.26 goals a game on average. Wimbledon, though, 2-0 win there, biggest, also scoring 28 goals in those 19 matches, 1.47 goals a game. The Dons, of course, winning 4 of the last 5. They're on 67% form for them right now, just outside the playoffs in 8th with 28 points on the board right now. Meanwhile, Gillingham also just outside the playoffs in 9th. They're on 33% form for them right now, winning twice of the last 6 games. Last time around, they're over in Gillingham. It was a 2-1 win for the Gills back in February 2023. But the odds right here right now, we have Gillingham 8-5 for the victory, 17-10 is your Wimbledon, and 12-5 is your draw. I smell a tight one here. I'm going to go with, of course, a 1-1 draw, sitting on the fence, as, of course, both sides tried to get themselves back into the mix for the playoffs. Meanwhile, managerless, I still think it's managerless. Morecambe up against Newport County, unless John McMahon is, of course, the real bloody deal. Let me know down below. Of course, 18 times these two sides have played each other since 2013. We've got 9 wins for Morecambe, 5 wins for Newport County, and we've got 4 draws as well. Biggest win for Morecambe, 4-1 win. We've got 26 goals scored in 18 matches, 1.44 goals a game. Up against Newport County, 3-1 win there. Biggest, 21 goals scored in 18 matches, 1.17 goals a game. Of course, the visitors, managed by Graham Coughlin, of course, 2 wins the last 6. They're on 42% form for them right now, 16th for the table, and 22 points on the ball right now. Morecambe, 12th, 27 points on the ball right now, 33% form for them, 3 defeats on the spin, of course. But last time around, of course, these two sides play each other. Was a 1-0 win for Morecambe. That was back in November 2021 in the FA Cup. Meanwhile, last time they played each other in the league was in the Newport, was in the League 2 playoff final way back in May 2021 with also a 1-0 win for Morecambe. However, if we want to find out the last time they played each other in the league normal, not, of course, with promotion affections on it or whatever, 3-1 win it was for Newport County in Morecambe back in March 2021. Of course, so they have played each other in some big games over the past couple of seasons. 5-4, though, is your Morecambe here. 12-5 is your 9-4 is, of course, your visitors here. So Morecambe are favoured, but I don't think so. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw here. I don't don't really believe in the Morecambe at the moment. I think Derek Adams' departure is a major loss, and I think they're going to struggle this season, end up in mid-table. But anyway, meanwhile, the Vegans up against Bradford City. Of course, another team lost their manager a while back now. Of course, it's no longer Sparky. He couldn't do it. Can Graham Alexander do it, though? Of course, he's up against the Horseman. That's right, Forest Green against Bradford. Played the 5 times in 2019. We got 1 win for Forest Green, 2 for Bradford, 2 draws as well. The biggest win for Forest Green, in fact, the only win, was a 1-0 win. They got 5 goals in those 5 games. You could do the math on that one. Meanwhile, of course, the biggest win for Bradford was a 4-1 win. They got 9 goals scored in 5 games, 1.80 goals a game on average. Bradford winning 3 of the last 6, 50% form for them right now, 14th for the table and 23 points on the board. Up against Forest Green, unbeaten in the last 3, 42% form for them right now. Of course, they are 23rd with 15 points on the board as well. Coming at you, last round at Forest Green was a 2-0 win for Bradford back in March 2022. The odds right here, right now, we are looking at Forest Green 7-4 for the victory, 6-4 is your Bradford. They are slight underdogs here. 12-5 is the draw. I am backing a 2-1 win for Bradford. That's right, under Graham Alexander, who I thought was going to do a fantastic job at MK Dons, but couldn't hold on. But he might still do a job here for Bradford. Meanwhile, Harrogate up against Deadpool FC. That's right, Wrexham coming at you over in Harrogate. Played each other 8 times in 2017. We got 2 wins for Harrogate, 3 for Wrexham, and we got 3 draws as well. Biggest win for Harrogate, 2-0 win. They got 6 goals scored in those 8 matches, 0.75 goals a game. Wrexham, though, biggest win for them, 2-0 win. Also, 8 goals scored in 8 games. Of course, you can do the math on that one. Harrogate, 2 wins in the last 6 games, 42% form for them right now. They are 15th with 23 points on the board. Up against Wrexham, who are flying high in second, 83% form for them right now, winning 5 of the last 6. They're on 36% form at the moment. No, they are 36 points at the moment. Meanwhile, of course, last time around in Harrogate, it was a 2-1 win for Harrogate back in November 2021. That was in the FA Cup. Meanwhile, last time in the league was back in January 2020. It was a 2-0 win for Wrexham. That was over in the National League as well. The odds here, we're looking at, what are we looking at here? We're looking at Harrogate, 17-4 for the victory, 11-4 is a draw, 6-4 on is, of course, your Deadpool FC. And that's where we're going. 2-0 win for the visitors. That's right. Kicking on forward, it's Mansfield up against Tranmere Rovers coming at you over in Mansfield. Now, these two sides have played each other 13 times in 2003. We've got 5 wins for Mansfield, we've got 3 wins for Tranmere, and we've got 5 draws as well. Biggest win for Mansfield, 3-0 win. They got 13 goals scored in those 13 matches. Of course, you could do the math on that one. Meanwhile, Tranmere, 2-0 win, their biggest, scoring 9 goals in those 13 matches, 0.69 goals a game. Tranmere now just 1 defeat past 4 for them, 42% form at the moment. They are 22nd with 17 points on the board. Up against Mansfield, who've lost 4 of the last 6, 33% form for them right now. They are in third, of course, but looking pretty grim at the moment. They need to get back to winning ways and fast. Last time around, though, over in Mansfield was a 1-0 win for Mansfield, who did the double over Tranmere last season. In fact, haven't conceded a goal against them in those last 2. But the odds here, 5-2 on is your Mansfield. They are red hot favourites. Of course, 50-4 is the draw, and 13-2 is, of course, your away win here. We're going with 3-1 win for Mansfield, back to winning ways, and of course, keeping themselves in the automatics. Meanwhile, MK Dons up against Grimsby coming at you over at the Stadium MK. Played each other 14 times since the year 2000. 5 wins, of course, for MK Dons, 4 wins for Grimsby, and 5 draws as well. What we're looking at, MK Dons' biggest win, 2-0 win. They got 21 goals scored in 14 matches, 1.50 goals a game. Grimsby, though, 6-2 win, their biggest, scoring 21 goals in those 14 matches, 1.50 goals a game. Grimsby unbeaten, though, in the last 5, 58% form for them. They are 21st with 19 points on the board. Up against MK Dons, of course, just 1 defeat past 6, 75% form for them. They are 13th with 26 points on the board right now, heading into this. Last time around, they're over in MK Dons. It was a 1-1 draw back in August 2018, guys. The odds here, we have 10-7 on is your MK Dons, 11-4 is the draw, 4-1 is, of course, your long shots. Going to go with MK Dons here. They look red hot to trot. Grimsby also on good bit of form right now, but we're going to go with the hosts on this one. Meanwhile, Notts County against Crawley. Notts County, of course, promotion campaign taking a bit of a battering over the past few games, but up against Crawley this week. 15 times they played each other since 2012. We've got 9 wins for Notts County, 3 for Crawley, 3 draws as well. Notts County 4-1 win, their biggest, scoring 26 goals in 15 games, 1.73 goals a game. Crawley, though, 2-0 win, their biggest, scoring 16 goals in 15 matches, 1.07 goals a game. Crawley winning 3 of the last 4. They're up to 11th right now, 27 points on the board right now, 50% form for them over the last 6. Meanwhile, Notts County down to 6th with 33 points right now, 2 wins the last 6. Not great right now. Last round, though, in Notts County, it was a 3-2 win for Notts County back in November 2023. That was this year in the FA Cup. However, last time played in the league, it was a 3-1 win for Notts County back in October 2018. That was in League 2. The odds right here, right now, we are looking at Notts County 10-7 on for the victory, 3-1 is draw, 15-4 is, of course, you call it here. We're back in the hosts, back to winning ways, 2-0 win for Notts County. which should keep them in the playoffs, of course, but maybe more than that. Meanwhile, Stockport County, the leaders, was a surprise loss this past weekend, taking on Salford this week. 10 times they've played each other since 2016. We've got 5 wins for Stockport, 2 wins for Salford, 3 draws as well. Stockport 5-2 win, their biggest, scoring 19 goals in 10 matches, 1.90 goals a game. Salford, though, 1-0 win, their biggest, scoring 11 goals in 10 matches, 1.10 goals a game. Salford losing 4 in the bout, so on 25% form for them right now. Of course, they're 17th in the table and 21 points on the board. Meanwhile, Stockport are top, 67% form for them right now, but however, 2 defeats in the last 3 heading into this. Last time around, in a normal league action, it was a 1-1 draw back in March 2023. That was in League 2. However, they did play each other in the playoffs last season, and Stockport came out top with a 3-1 win, I think, after penalties. So, these two sides have been familiar foes over the past couple of seasons. They also played in the EFL Trophy. But anyway, kicking on forward, the odds for this one, we have Stockport 2-1 for the victory, 16-5 is the draw, and of course 6-1 is your away win here. We're back in Stockport, a bounce back to winning ways, 3-0 win for them. Salford, unsurprisingly, taking the L. And then Sutton United against Crewe, coming at you over in Sutton. Now, these two sides have played each other twice since 2022. We've got nothing for Sutton, 1 for Crewe, and 1 draw. Biggest win for Crewe was a 1-0 win. They got 2 goals scored in 2 games. That's a goal a game on average. Sutton, of course, yet to get to a win. Just scored the 1 goal in the 2 games. Of course, 0.50 goals a game heading into this. Sutton are on 58% form for them right now, just 1 defeat past 6. However, without a win in 4, they are 24th, rock bottom right now, 13 points on the board. Up against 92% form Crewe right now, winning 4 in the bouts, unbeaten in the last 6 games. They are 4th with 35 points on the board at the moment. Last time around, though, in Sutton, it was a 1-1 draw back in March 2023. But the odds here for Sutton are 31-20 for the victory, 70-10 is, of course, your Crewe, and 5-2 is the draw here. We are backing a 1-0, squeaky 1-0 win for Crewe to keep them in the mix for automatic playoffs, automatic promotion, that's right. Meanwhile, of course, this is a recap of the results right here, right now, and of course, that, if you put it into the calculator, will look like this. Of course, with Stockport County top of the table with Wrexham into 2nd spot, Mansfield in 3rd, with Crewe right in the mixer right there. Of course, Barrow, Notts County and Stanley in the playoffs as it stands. Going down the Vegans and Sutton United, that's of course my picks. That's of course the link to your picks if you want to get involved there. And of course, don't forget to smash the old likey, smash the old subscribe. Of course, your one-stop shop for bloody League 2 continues right here. Of course, double match week. Of course, we'll be back later on in the week for the next round of games as we edge into the month of December. But until then, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. Of course, I'll see you soon for the next one.